Hi, my name is Sophie Summers, and as always, welcome to the Crossdressing Lifestyle channel. Now in today's video, I want to have a little look at pronouns and how they affect people, and more importantly, how you can possibly avoid a conversation with somebody who could be potentially aggressive. Now what I mean by that is, obviously today pronouns are very, very important because people want to be acknowledged for how they feel as well as how they look. Now, under a lot of Instagram profiles, and I think the same applies to TikTok, is that you will see under people's profile their pronouns, such as he, him, her, she, etc., etc. Now, they're obviously very important. Now, when I'm out and about, and I'm out and about quite a lot these days, is I often get asked by strangers who wish to be polite and say, what pronouns shall we use for you? Now, I often sit for a couple of seconds before I reply, and my basic reply is, please use whatever pronouns make you feel comfortable talking to me. Now, what pronouns are you going to use? Now, that's an interesting sort of approach I've found, because what it does is it puts the onus on them to identify how they're identifying you, if that makes sense. If somebody turns around and says she, then I'm very, very happy. And I'm happy with that. If they turn around and say he, I know that I could be in for a little bit of confrontation, because visually I'm not presenting as a male, and therefore I think it's only polite to refer to the female gender, so to speak. So by using an approach like this in putting the onus on the person that wants to know as to how they identify you, you can tell in advance whether you're going to have an easy ride talking to this person or whether it could be more confrontational. Now, I am from a generation whereby, as long as you call me something polite, I don't really mind, and I don't particularly find a great deal of offence from it. But I do totally and utterly understand people that may be in transition or full transgender, and they wish and have the right to be referred to as their correct gender, which is she, or any format of that nature. So I think if you are somebody that is very, very sensitive about these issues, then maybe when somebody asks you a question, rather than forcefully go on and say, I want to be identified as she or her, maybe if you try and, how would I say, ask the opposition, or the person opposite you, basically how they see you and how they wish to refer to you, you can gauge very, very quickly, as I say, what sort of conversation and what sort of ride you're going to get talking to this particular person. Now, I hope that is of interest to somebody and maybe even a little bit helpful. It's just my own personal view. I don't classify myself as transgendered to its full extent, in other words, wishing to transition. Although I do acknowledge I'm on the spectrum, I class this as more of my hobby. So therefore, over the years, I've grown a very thick skin to silly questions and silly comments. And I'm pretty good at giving a retort back because I've earned that right. But if you find that interesting, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. We always like new followers. And as always, please stay safe. Thank you again for watching, and until the next time, bye-bye.